everyone.
Hi everyone, this is Alex.
And Beth here. Welcome to the Indie Music Podcast by alexrainbirdMusic. Something very different and new for us.
Yeah, this is our first ever one. We're on camera as well. We're filming this for Patreon.
So if you're watching,
hello
hi.
to the people there. So if you're listening to this right now and have no idea who we are, what we do, so me and Beth, we run alexrainbirdMusic, which is primarily a YouTube channel where we promote unsigned and independent artists from around the world.
We decided to do a podcast for you guys to get to know the artists that we all love through our playlist. So it's kind of a way for us to all have a chat, all get to know each other. And
this is our first ever podcast, so we're taking it slow this time and just doing a Q&A. So we've asked our community to send in questions, and we're going to do our best to answer as many as we can within the podcast.
Also, before we get into the episode and the Q&A, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to, firstly, Francis Moon, who made the jingle that you just heard. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to him. If he's listening, thank you very much. We really appreciate your hard work on this. And also, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Thomas Patterson Illustration, who made the artwork that you're also seeing on this podcast. Again, incredible work. And if you're listening, Tom, we really appreciate your hard work on this as well. So just wanted to give them 2 shout outs.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, so we asked for questions on social media and we were absolutely inundated with amazing things. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, first one was asked by so many people. It was pretty much, I'll read out one of the comments. It was, an origin story would be a great first episode. How did it all start out? How did you decide to start the channel? What made you choose indie music? So I guess I'll answer that one.
Yeah.
So I started uploading music in 2011 as a hobby, just while at school, as I wanted to share. Basically, I was just listening to all this obscure music that no one else knew about, and I wanted to have it all in the same place, really, just for me to be able to go online and find this music in one place. So I found music back then in all kinds of places. Last FM was a big one, if anybody remembers that.
Shout out
Last FM. I think it's still going. So I listened to all kinds of stuff and I wanted to put it somewhere. So I thought, well, I've had a YouTube channel a few years. It's just been for random stuff, but I'll start uploading music for me to find it, and who knows, one day people may find it and enjoy it as well. So I started doing that, just a song every week or so. I think the series was called Great Unknown Bands Every Week. It wasn't as regular as that to start with. It just slowly grew over the years, especially when I put the first playlist on. I think at that time I thought, it would be cool to have all these songs in one video, so rather than like clicking on something, I can just sit here for 30 minutes and just press play.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, 2014, I met Beth.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
I had, how many subscribers back then, was it?
About 1,000.
About 1,000, yeah.
1,000.
Pretty much exactly.
And it was like, you kind of got me into the indie genre more, but I did listen to indie as well. So we kind of both had the same tastes. But because we were like living apart and we were also long distance, so I mean it wasn't a really long distance, it was about an hour and a half away, but it still didn't make it work to, work together and like stuff like that and actually like make this a bigger thing for both of us. When we were living apart, I would like do the odd thing for Alex, like I would, help with submissions and like backgrounds and stuff like that, but it was never really a job. We moved in together in 2017 and kind of just ever since then have been working together full-time on the channel, on the label, on everything that goes with that. It's just been amazing. Okay, so I'll read out one of my questions.
Go for yours,
This is from Tunes by Asher on Instagram. What have you noticed has changed the most in the indie music scene since you started curating playlists? Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Thank you for that. Well, I'd definitely say like Spotify is the big one.
Yeah.
Because back when I started even doing playlists in like 2013, Spotify was only like just becoming a big thing.
Also, I would say just like how many people do it.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
So like when you started back in 2011.
Back when I started, it wasn't to grow an audience or to like, it was literally just as a hobby to share music. It was never, but people now like are making channels all the time and new playlists and new companies to try and like, get artist music out there. But I guess I was one of the first people to do it on YouTube in that way. So
cool.
Right then, so next we've got, I guess, 2 questions, both from on YouTube that were sort of similar. So Holly asked, who designed the logo and where does it come from, like the meaning behind it? And Louise asked, where did like the Alex RainbirdMusic name come from? So it's kind of similar.
Nice.
Can you?
Yeah. So, I mean, the name is Alex's name, right? So he's actually called Alex Rainbird.
That's my real name.
A lot of people can't believe. Like, we meet a lot of people and they actually ask, "Is that your real name?" Like, that is a lot. That question is asked so many times, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess the logo, you designed it when you first started the channel.
The logo's always been like a bird in some form. It started off like really, really bad, and then it sort of, I put up the bird and the rain dropped together, and then it's sort of the current logo is like the rain. It's just the rain and the bird. Like, I did it in the shape of a raindrop, but it also looks like a guitar pick. So I was thinking on music.
Yeah.
So it's just all those things together.
It was slowly created. Like, as you said, when it first started, it obviously looked a lot different to what it does now. It slowly progressed into what it is. Okay, so Saman Writes on Twitter has asked, what was the initial song you heard that inspired you to create this beautiful channel? Well, thanks so much for saying it's beautiful.
Thank you. I don't think I can answer that because, sorry, Saman.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, because it's not like I heard one song and thought I need to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It was done on just a pure love to share music, in general. It wasn't like, so.
But you don't think there was like an initial song, like, even when you were really young? So like the really, really like 90s bands, was there one song that you thought, oh yeah, like this is getting me into the genre a bit? Or was it literally just everyone?
Yeah, well, this actually goes on to my next question from Marianne, which is what inspired your love for indie music? So
okay,
I guess
let's tie them.
tie them together. To how I like found this sort of like different sort of side of music. I played a lot of like video games growing up, so I think that like Tony Hawk video games, things like Burnout, the racing series, like playing games and hearing the songs in the background,
that kind of music.
Well, it's more like sort of alternative rock sort of stuff. But
Blink 182.
Yeah, shout out Blink 182. But it was, I guess that sort of opened my eyes to there's different music than what like my parents have on the radio in the car sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the earliest time I thought like music can be more than that.
And for me, I think the first, I want to say, well, one of the first times I can remember where I got into like the Alex RainbirdMusic genre was most probably Cinders. So Cinders, I Could Do Better was probably one of the first ones, or the first time I thought, oh yeah, like, you know, this is incredible. Like, I really, really like want to get into this genre a lot more. We loved Coldplay growing up, and we loved the mainstream bands. When you actually hear the unknown bands, I don't know, it just does something else to you, doesn't it? Like, yeah,
because I was like showing you like these songs and sending you the videos I was uploading while we were living apart, and Cinders just clip you, didn't it? Like, which is really great, and that was
So I'd say for me that was the first band and the first song that actually got me into, you know, Alex RainbirdMusic.
Mm-hmm. You'll like this one. This is from Laura, also on YouTube. She said, "Why don't you change the name of your channel to Alex and Beth RainbirdMusic?"
Yeah.
Do you have an answer to that?
Yeah, why don't we, Alex?
Why don't we? Laura, you've opened a can of worms here, I think. sorry, Beth. It's basically
well,
it's just kind of like the name of it now. Like, I don't see it as me. Do you know what I mean? I see it as like this thing that we've created. It happens to have my name in there. It's like a brand, I guess, like a product, its own thing now.
And also, I think for me, like I wouldn't want it to change. Like, I wouldn't want the name to change because, you know, it was created as alexrainbirdMusic, and it's been grown as alexrainbirdMusic, and that's kind of like the brand now. And you know, it's just a name. Like, I don't need to have my name in it to know that I'm part of it, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, Laura, for coming up with the idea.
Yeah, but essentially, like, I didn't want to call it, and I'm glad I didn't call it like indie music something, because it literally is just music that I and now Beth also just love. Like, it is literally. It
wouldn't make it unique to you. I mean, personally, I can't imagine the channel being any other name. Like, you know.
So you wouldn't want your name in there at all?
No, I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't.
It's not sure.
I wouldn't. Okay, so Vera.jxl on Instagram asked, do you have a team that helps you in the background, and can I work at alexrainbirdMusic?
Well, to answer the first part, no. Everything you see from the music we choose, to the videos, the editing, all the social media. We have our own record label as well, which we've been fortunate enough to create, is all done by just us two. Yeah. Every single thing you see us do is has come from us, basically. Yeah. We are getting busy, so we're not advertising right now, but I guess
send in your CV, Vera.
Send in your CV.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vera. Good one. So this is a deep question here from Rachel. This is I guess to both of us.
Yeah.
What is indie music to you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Shall I go first?
Get your thinking cap on. Yeah.
I mean, indie music to me is that feeling of knowing you can go somewhere to escape. Like, I know I can put on a playlist, and if I'm having a stressful day, or even if I'm having the best day ever, I'll stick on a playlist because I know that music either makes me happy or, you know, or it helps me in my times that I need it the most. So for me, it's a way of dealing with my emotions through music, and that's why I love working in this industry. Like, especially with, you know, because what we do is unknown music.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I'll just take over, I guess. I was going to say yes to what you said, like, definitely. But also, you're listening to this playlist, and like the song you're listening to is made by like one person or a couple people, like doing it on their own, like from their hearts, like writing music they care about, and that just makes it like 1,000 times better. That you're not, it's making you feel something, but it's also helping people like who are really who could be small, and like who haven't
people that
deserve it.
People that deserve that like little extra bit of help.
And it's just a win-win for making you feel good and making the person feel good, because people are listening to it, and that's just why it's the best thing ever, because you just help everyone wins, basically. Yeah.
And also, like, in terms of the alexrainbirdMusic side of it, I'd say, like, because we are so connected with the artists, like a lot of the people that we put on the channel, you may not know this, but we're like friends with them. Like, you know, we become really good friends with the artists. So you know their kind of background, you know how they write their music, you know that they just do it from their bedroom, on their laptop, on their own. So it makes it that a little bit better, like in a way, to connect with it, like emotionally.
We're so grateful and so lucky that we can actually like help people, and that's just the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay, this is I guess a question I'm going to ask myself, but Amber on Patreon sent a few amazing questions in. One of them was it hard to get artists interested at the start?
Interesting.
And it was. I just felt so weird, like emailing people to be on a video. I just like, this is so weird, especially because no one was really doing that sort of thing. I was just finding an artist's like email address on Facebook and contacting them, saying, "Do you want to be on this? Do you want to be on my videos?" I've got like a couple thousand subscribers. A lot of the times I don't get a response back. Sadly,
that's so sad.
Yeah. a few said yes. I felt they probably felt sorry for me, wanted to keep me, like, make me happy. So but yeah, and then as it was hard at the start, but now we it's slowly gone in the other direction, and now we're fortunate enough we very rarely have to actually contact bands. We get so many amazing submissions in every day from various places. And I think we only have to contact people if it's for like a really like themed, like niche playlist that has a very certain sound. So yeah,
which is really cool.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. So I'll do one of mine. From Joel Juice on Instagram. How do you determine which songs fit your seasonal playlist? I've noticed you do a fantastic job picking songs that fit just right, especially the fall ones. I'm in love.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I mean,
I personally don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah. It's just tough.
How it feels like an autumn or like spring song.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, for ones that are a bit like, you know, for like Wanderlust and The Mountains Are Calling,
dreamy vibes. It's
quite clear, that we want to go for more of like an adventure, dreamy kind of, you know, take you into a different place sort of vibe. Yeah. So in that sense, it's not easy, but you know in your head like exactly what you're looking for. So then we go through emails and like submissions platforms and like specifically look for, you know,
I've got
that
a question
sort of sound.
for you. Do you? Because I personally feel like, because I've been doing this. Well, yeah, I've been making playlists and for almost like, well, the channel started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And the playlist a few years later, but so I feel like I can sort of do it without even really thinking. But for you, who started this earlier, do you think you had that from the beginning, or is that something you've got from experience and from doing this every day?
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning it was a bit more tougher to kind of get like, you know, into the flow of it, and but the more that I got to like, the more I listened to music, right? The more I listened to these unknown bands, and the more we made playlists together, and the more we just did, you know,
hear the differences between the songs, I guess.
Yeah. So now, like, me and Alex were actually saying the other day that like working together is the easiest thing ever because we have the same music brain. Like we both know exactly what's right. And yeah, I feel like definitely to start with and also because I didn't want to find loads of songs and show you and then you be like, nah, like I didn't want to let you down because, you know, I was working for you kind of to start with. Yeah. Now we're working like as a team. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely got better over time. It was a bit of a struggle to start with just because if someone said to you, well, let's make a, you know, Mountains Are Calling playlist. Well, what is that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just took time to get used to it. That's all.
I think the background images help like a ton.
Yeah.
I think just like looking at the photo while listening to the music just like gets you in that mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's an advantage or something that makes a standout of like a Spotify playlist is the song is on there playing with a background and like you constantly are in that sort of like Mountains Are Calling or Wanderlust
kind
road
vibe,
trip vibe. I think that kind of ties it all together.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a question for you then.
Okay.
Carrying this on because we're kind of into the seasonal flow. And like the we call them the special playlists. So like Wanderlust and out of the ones that we've done, which one do you think is number one your favourite? And also, which one do you think was the easiest to do? Well, let's do the easiest and the hardest to do, and then I've
got a lot to think about here now.
So
the easiest
favourite,
themed
easiest
playlist,
and hardest.
Easiest one to make.
Yeah.
Probably like one of the first ones, like the Relaxing Sunday Mornings Volume 1. Like that was one of the very first theme ones I did. So it was easy because I had like so many songs. Because obviously now we make them like every month.
Yeah.
And we only have like, but back then I had loads of songs to pick from, and I think I put less pressure on myself, and because I feel sometimes we feel like, oh, this has got to live up to relaxing Sunday mornings. There's so many views now, and I think that makes it harder. We start overthinking things and stuff like that. But back then, it was like one of the first ones we ever did. And then what was it? The favourite or the hardest?
Favourite? We'll do the hardest because you've just done the easiest, and then do the favourite.
Yeah. It's a tough one because, the hardest one I think was it was one we did last year called Running Wild.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was like, I'll ask you all these in a minute.
Yeah.
But you might have the same ones. That was like a workout, like really high tempo energy playlist, and like that's quite different to what we are used to. But I guess we wanted to like try something new. But that's definitely the one that we struggled. I wouldn't say struggled, but like, it was the most out of our like comfort zone of like relaxed, like dreamy, wanderlusty sort of vibes. So and then my favourite is probably it's a tough one, but because different like times of day and like fit moods that you're in calls for a different playlist. But probably the one I'm most proud of is The Mountains Are Calling, I think, from last year, because I think we just did that like really, like the background was quite hard, but the song the songs we picked, I think they sort of represented the name really well, and I was just, every song is just like, yes, like,
you're proud of that one.
I am,
you can be proud of that one.
Okay, thank you. So then, what was your easiest one?
Ooh, I feel like for me, the easiest are always the fall, the autumn ones and the winter ones, the seasonal
themed
ones. So definitely like when we're getting into like October, November, December,
we love that time of year.
They're my 3 favourite months to work on actual music, just because I feel like it's a very it's a seasonal channel, but I feel like a lot of people really, really love it at autumn time. So, and we love it at autumn time. So I kind of come alive a bit more then, with the pumpkins and like stuff like that. Probably the hardest one, actually, might be surprising for a lot of people, for me, is summer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like summer is really, really difficult. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's harder to find backgrounds and it's harder to feel inspired in summer. Don't you? Do you feel like summer's a tough one?
I feel like indie music and like, I guess like folk music especially, like, which is what we like, the playlists that like do the best. It's harder. It's more like autumn, fall, like slower vibes, and summer we would kind of want like that sort of like sun-soaked, like beachy sort of feel, which is I think there's just less songs with that sort of vibe. Yeah. So I agree with that. And then your favourite?
Beth's Indie Phase on Spotify.
Does that
Check
count?
it out.
That doesn't count. You can't plug your Spotify.
Joking. My favourite is probably Wanderlust.
Which one?
Volume 1. I feel like Wanderlust Volume 1, and also like I feel like that's also a lot of the audience's favourite as well.
Yeah, that's
comes
actually
up a lot.
That's for views anyway, our top one right now.
Yeah, I feel like that one we really, really hit. Like, we really did that one well. Yeah. So I'm proud of that one. You're proud of
Well, I'm proud of all of them.
Yeah, we're proud of all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So back to Amber on Patreon, who had lots of great questions. Thanks, Amber. So we kind of answered her question saying, how do you put your playlist together and what's your favourite go-to playlist? So sorry about that, Amber. But she also said, how many songs do we have to go through to find the vibe we're looking for? Oh. And like that's another tough one because like
thousands.
So yeah, I'd say we go through probably about 100 to 200 songs every day that we're listening to. There's very rarely a time in the 8, 9, 10 hours that we're working.
Not listening to music.
Yeah, there's nothing like playing. But yeah, and then these playlists, themed ones, we make a plan at the beginning of the year to say, Wanderlust is August, like Dark Forest is October, and we literally start from the start of the year just thinking about it. And especially like 2 months before, we're like, we better start really seriously looking for songs for Wanderlust now, for example. And yeah, it just takes time. And I guess you can hopefully hear that in like the playlist, that it's not just something we've done like in a day or in a week. It
wasn't just overnight.
It takes
kind of
weeks, months
even.
to look.
PCTHR on Instagram. Also, sorry if we're getting any of your names wrong because we're not very good at that. The sequence of the songs in your playlist, is it casual or do you study it? Love your playlist and thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's quite hard to explain because like an ordering of a playlist takes
half a day,
yeah. And it's not casual. Like we don't do it in an order of, if you submit it first, then you get to the front first. We do it in a way of just how the songs flow and connect together.
The background photo as well, because we pick the background photo a few days before we start the ordering.
Yeah.
So it's in our minds, and then we look at that while we're doing it. And we also don't just like put like the biggest artist or the highest streamed song at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just we just sit down. We like clear our heads, we look at the photo and think like, what is the best song to start it?
Yeah.
How do they all flow? What's the best song at the end? And it takes a few hours. It takes half a day sometimes to get it right. Cesar, I'm not sure, on YouTube said, I guess we've kind of covered this, but he said, my question would be, how do you manage to find so much great music? It seems like you have access to a spy satellite where you can hear people from all over the world. Well, we find a lot of bad music as well. So like these not bad
music.
I don't like saying bad. Just
not the
music,
channel music.
That doesn't fit what we're looking for. So we get a lot of stuff. Which
no one makes bad music, right? Everyone's like
exactly, yeah. There's no such
talented
thing.
in their own way.
But it takes us like those like 1,000 songs we listen to, or whatever. Like probably like 90% of them are not what we want. They're like. Other genres, they're like not what we're looking for at that particular time of year. So we listen to a lot of stuff. We use websites like Submit Hub, which has been like a godsend. Shout out to Submit Hub. And like we get off emails, we get Instagram DMs.
The thing is, like, the submissions are everywhere now, so like, sometimes we get them on literally like Facebook Messenger. I'd say our top two are Submit Hub and emails though.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Rithian on Discord. What's one thing you wish you had known when you both began your career?
One thing I would have known? Well, it was never like, I guess for you it was like a career, because by that point it had grown to that. But
it's weird though, because like you probably don't see it as a career.
Because I've been doing like the same thing for like, obviously not to the same level, but I started doing this like at school and at university. It was just a little like, always like a hobby that I've really loved. So I really don't know. I was gonna say, I wish I realised that it could be a career, and to not like doubt myself and think, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I should be doing my university assignment, and instead of uploading a Great Unknown Band like video. But to know that like I'm so we're both so grateful for the success that we've had. But I think if I ever knew that we could get to this point, then I think that would have it would have made me feel better at the beginning. Like, I guess, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean,
Kajal on YouTube said, what is the end-to-end process of selecting a song? I'm sure a lot of times you'll be stuck on making a choice to select one song amongst others. What factors play a role in saying yes to one song and no to others?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I think, do you want to answer this or?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. I think, as I was saying before, I think we just learnt to trust ourselves now.
Yeah.
And think like, do we really, really, really love this song? Do we want to put it on a video that will represent what we do?
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
We just have to love it, I think, because there's often times we go, we kind of like this, we're like nodding our heads and like dancing a little bit, but like we don't, like, it's not just hitting us. Like, that's the one thing we look for, I think, just to connect. And there's not a certain, like, one thing it's got to do ever. It's literally how it makes us feel. Yeah. And we know, we have faith that indescribable thing is what you guys will feel as well.
Yeah, and like when we listen to songs, we always give them, like, you know, a few goes, because sometimes, like,
we've had songs grow on us.
You have songs grow on you, so it's important to not just listen to a song and be like, nah, like, that's not for the channel. You have to come back to them and, like, see if, you know, we're both feeling it, because also there's been many times where, like, I've felt a song, Alex hasn't, and Alex has felt a song and I haven't, and it's important to also, as a team, to realise that we both kind of have to connect, and that's, like, how, you know, you get on the channel. It's just, it's a tough one, because when we decline stuff, we don't necessarily decline it because it's never bad. We just decline it because it just doesn't, like Alex said, it just doesn't do enough for us, and it doesn't connect with us on that level. And we're constantly, you know, luckily we post music that, you know, we love. Like, we'd never post something that just for the sake of it. Like, we wouldn't post someone because they've got a new single out and they want some, like, promotion. We'd post them because, you know, they've got their new single out and it's incredible and it really, really connects with us both. Yeah. That then, you know, we want to put all of our energy to, you know, help them, and we love the song and we love the artist, and that's what makes it the most important thing. Like, we tell people all the time, like, even though we love you as artists, this song just didn't do it for us, and it can be tough and it can be awkward sometimes.
I'd say that's one of the hardest things, especially when you've got to know these people so closely as friends, and then they bring out a song which is good, and, like, we love it in certain ways, but it just doesn't fit the playlist we've got coming up, or it's a bit too this or that. Yeah. And it's just tough. We find it tough declining people because we just love everybody, and we almost want to put everybody on the channel because they deserve it, but we've got to be harsh, and, like, we've got to trust our instincts, I guess.
And I feel like now more than ever, it's a lot more important to be honest and not harsh, but just make sure that, you know, we're accepting the right things, because we get so many submissions. Like, we get so many submissions that we have to sieve through, that we have to be, like, really, really honest with what we're accepting, and make sure that what we're accepting we, like, love 100%. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so Sonia from Twitter says, what's one of your favourite experiences you've had as Alex Rainbow Music? I've listened to your playlist for years and I've loved them forever. Saying hi from Mexico.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Hi,
well,
Sonia.
Hi back from the UK. And thank you so much. Yeah. Do I go first?
Yeah.
I'd say definitely one of my favourite ever experiences as Alex Rainbow Music was the live show that we did in London back in 2019. It was, like, the most incredible night, and also just the build up to it was incredible. Like, just the whole experience that we had with it, the artists that we had. So we had Cinders, we had Canyon City, we had All Faces, we had a lot of our music friends there as well, and it was just a live show we always wanted to do. Like, it was always a dream for us to do something along the lines of live music with the artists from the channel. So to be able to do that in London, which is one of our favourite cities as well, was just incredible. So I'd say for me, that kind of topped, you know, a lot of things that we'd done. Yeah.
Because you've taken that one, I guess I would say our live 1 million subscribers festival thing that we did earlier this year. Yeah. Because obviously we reached an incredible 1 million subscribers back in February, March. I think at beginning of March. We wanted to do something really special, obviously, to mark the occasion, but since we were locked down and a lot of people around the world were in some form of lockdown, we couldn't do some sort of big in-person celebration. Sadly, that's still to come, I guess.
Yeah, that'll come
one day. But yeah, we thought, what's the best thing that we can do without leaving the house? Basically. Yeah. So we just contacted 50 of our favourite artists, and they all we put together a video over, like, many weeks of incredible performances, and even people subscribers sent in videos of themselves.
That was incredible.
Yeah, saying how much they appreciate what we did, and that was just because obviously we had the live festival, like you said about the live show, in London, which we finally met people like listeners, which was really, so special. But
really mind blowing.
Most of the time we're just sat in the office, we do loads of work, we make a playlist, and that's our day. We have comments.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's what I was going to say. We see it online.
We have comments, and obviously there's views and likes and stuff. But to actually see someone's face, like talking to you, saying they appreciate what you do, especially when it's like a hobby and it's something we love and it's something that we just have so much love for. It's just so incredible. So putting that video together, the 4-hour festival with incredible music and messages like that, it was I could die happy, basically. I said after that, like, we've done it. Like, obviously it'd be amazing to do this in person, but like this is like the second best thing. So
yeah, I agree. Actually, the 1 million festivals, especially, kind of, it came at a really important time, I think, for like a lot of people. Like, obviously we've all been through a really, really tough year, like so many people around the world. And it kind of brought everyone together, like, you know, not everyone, but the indie community together, just for 4 hours where we could all chat as well. We could all chat on like a live chat. And I mean, I agree. Like the concert was incredible.
The London show.
The London show was incredible for actually seeing fans in person. Whereas this is something we have forever. Yeah, like we can watch that back. To it.
Okay, so Nell on YouTube said, "Can't wait to listen to the first episode." Thank you. You're listening right now. I hope you're liking it.
Hope you're enjoying it.
Hope you got this far. So this is this nice little one saying, "Which song/playlist would you suggest to listen to while staring at the stars?"
Oh,
love this channel since many years. Thanks a lot, guys, for incredible work. Kisses from France.
Oh, thanks so much, Nell.
Love from the UK.
Yeah.
We've actually got something coming out. It should be out actually now. Called Acoustic Nights.
Ooh.
There's also there's things like Goodnight World, which we've done in the past.
That's a good one for that.
Acoustic Evenings is more like sort of sunsetting dusk. So don't know if the stars will be out by that point, but Acoustic Nights is the one you want. So
short and sweet. Acoustic Nights
is the best stargazing playlist.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go off a different direction from the channel now.
Okay.
So Solar Punk Ladybird, cool name,
nice.
From Discord said, "What inspired you to start your record label?"
Yeah, okay. So am I answering this one?
Yeah, you go.
So obviously YouTube and the playlists and videos and stuff are like fantastic, and like one feature in one of those could really help someone like at this point, which is so cool. But we wanted to like use what we've learned and all our various platforms to really just maximize that and to like help an artist even more. So we started a record label back in 2017 and now have 7 artists currently signed, which is amazing. And we like talk to them on a little like group chat and stuff, and we can
really friendly with them.
Yeah, coordinate all their releases with them and like pitch it to other outlets and blogs and playlisters, and they
I was just gonna add on that. I feel like as the channel was going for a few years, we kind of got more knowledge on how we could expand it, and basically we just kind of just felt more confident and wanted to do more for the artists that we were like featuring, and we felt like we kind of had the resources and good ways of like getting them out there to the world, and it's just done really well, and we're really, really proud of it, and we're proud of the artists that we've signed so far, and it's just been great.
That you said it all best there. Okay, so we've got a few more. Where are we? Okay, so quite a lot of people again asked if we play music.
Oh no,
we
don't.
We've got there's a guitar over there. If you're watching on Patreon, you'll see in the background. Which I bought like 8 years ago and like just messed around with. Didn't really learn any chords, kind of made up my own notes and like just like recorded bits and pieces. But yeah, then like the YouTube and like university and stuff like got in the way.
Yeah.
So no, it's I guess it's something we could have learned this last year during the pandemic,
but we didn't.
So there you go.
I feel like I would love to. I feel like, you know, if we had more time and I'd like to do acoustic guitar or keyboard. Like I was.
There's one right there.
Yeah, like I was tempted. Alex will tell you, I was tempted in lockdown to actually buy a keyboard and like try and learn something. Like
yeah.
But no, it just hasn't happened. Maybe in the future we'll have a band. Who knows?
Yeah. We could do. Yeah, put it at the front of the playlist and be worldwide famous.
Yeah.
Nah, but
that's not gonna happen, guys.
Yeah, I guess not right now, but hopefully if we get time, and we'll definitely never say no to it.
Yeah. Payden on Twitter said, "What is it about indie music that specifically draws you in, opposed to pop and country? What do you think the magic is?"
Oh, I just don't get the same. Like some pop music, like is okay. Like a couple of like country stuff's okay.
Yeah.
But indie music, I guess like all the genres and like across the whole board, I just naturally connect with it. I don't really know how else to describe it. It just speaks to me the most, and it's just got some sort of magic about it. I don't really know how to say it.
Just is magical.
Yeah. When you hear a good like indie song, it's just like yes, like
there's no other feeling like it, you know.
Okay. Right then, so Casey on YouTube, right, she was left an incredible comment with loads of questions. She said that the podcast makes her so excited. She's been following us since the beginning, and here are her questions, okay?
Oh, thanks, Casey.
Thanks, Casey. What's the process we take when creating playlists, and how do we find inspiration that blends with the theme? Well, I guess when thinking of the ideas, we just like take inspiration from our own lives, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like that's exactly what I was going to say. Like when we create the themed playlists, like it's all kind of just about how we're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
So like for instance, Warm and Cozy, which came last November. Was it November?
Yeah.
Yeah, around that time. That was like at a time where I was just feeling really kind of like
cold.
No, not really cold, but I was just feeling really kind of like trapped in one place and kind of just reminiscing about being in a cabin in the snow with a fire, and like that kind of vibe. So and then that's where Warm and Cozy came from, because I just thought like, oh, I would love to be warm and cozy right now, like in a different place. Short answer is everything comes from our life, our experiences, and how we're feeling at the time.
Okay, so sticking with Casey's questions, she said, what has been the hardest part of running Alex Rainbird Music? I think it's the hardest part. It's tough because like I don't like complaining about it, because I feel so grateful, and like it came from just me doing it myself for years and years, and I don't like complaining about it. But
you've got answers.
But I've got to answer the question because Casey's waiting for a response. I think like switching off from it, definitely for me, because like I'm sure if you work from home you can relate to this, but like this disconnecting, like just saying, oh, it's like 6 p.m. or something, I've got to like now come out of this little office room and not look at the emails that are coming in, and not think about, oh, was that background a good one, and like having a personal life and separating that. Yeah,
you find that really tough.
I do, and it's especially as we've like been so busy with like the 1 million like stuff, and like starting this podcast and just managing it all in my head, because I put pressure on myself, and I think, oh, I've got subscribers that are waiting for like a really good upload and a good song, and it's all in my head, I guess, basically. But it's just separating it all out, and like being, now you're working, now you're not working, now you've got to just relax and put your feet up. And
I mean, if you're listening and you work for yourself, like a lot of the musicians, you probably find it tough because it's all on you.
When do you switch off? I feel like, oh, I'm not like working right now. That means like something's going to suffer, something's going downhill, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, like, what am I doing? Like, I just find it tough, basically, because it's like, it's evolved from a hobby, and it's evolved from not something that was a career, which we now both do full time.
And we're obviously the most grateful we could possibly ever be.
As we keep saying,
like you said, it never started off to be this. So
it's just like crazy. Right now, we're recording a podcast for like listeners. It's just like,
it's mad.
It blows my mind, but yeah. Anyway,
but we're not complaining.
Not complaining whatsoever. Yeah.
Next one.
Okay, so next one, I've only got a few more left, is Alison, also from YouTube. She said, if you could recommend 1 to 3 songs for people new to indie music, what would you recommend? We'll start with Beth.
My first one is at Clouds and Thorns, Everything is Possible Now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's very upbeat, fun, kind of what, the channel's all about. Then I'd go Wild, any Wild song. Wild are just out of this world and one of, like, just incredible. So any Wild song. And then I think I'd go probably Dylan Dunlap, What We Had. What about you?
Well, I'm going to break it down and go for, because I'd say like the 3 parts of like our playlists and our videos are folk, rock and pop, right?
Oh yeah, he's done a better way than I have.
No,
okay.
I know. So I'm thinking for like pop, as you said, like Wild, Here We Go or something like that.
Yeah.
This like positive, like happy, like fun pop song, indie pop song. For folk, something like Harrison Storm, like
nice.
Feeling You or Run or something a bit more slower and like more like emotional and that sort of thing, for that sort of vibe. And then rock, like Cinder's Treehouse or Staring by Tippling Rock, like
nice.
Like a more like an indie rock, like fun, like bouncy little song. So yeah, I guess I think go ahead and do the last question. Okay, so final question. This is from Becca from on the YouTube community tab. She said, what would be your advice for others struggling to start anything because of fear?
Oh, there's a lot I could say about this.
Okay.
As difficult as it sounds, like, and as difficult as it is, because we've been through it, stop caring. Like, just stop caring about what other people think about you.
You almost, fear hold you back.
Almost block out, like, the thoughts that you're having in your head about someone saying something or what people might think. Block that out and do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. You almost miss out on life opportunities because you're so worried about what other people think. So just don't care. Honestly, like, you are amazing, and you're the only person in your life that's going to control your life, right? So go out there, take every opportunity you possibly can. That's what I've got to say, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What was the question?
Your advice for people struggling to start things because of fear.
Right.
So, for me, well, I feel like both of us, we just yeah, like you said, in the past we were just like scared, like we were scared to like meet artists for the first time and travel and like meet someone that we'd featured. We were scared to do our London live show. Like it was an incredible opportunity, but still the night before we're like, oh my goodness, we're gonna actually
like no one's gonna like it.
Yeah,
and no one's gonna turn up.
Yeah, people are potentially coming to this thing that we've set up, so it's got to be amazing, and we were just nervous about that.
Yeah.
And then we were scared to do this podcast. Like, these are things that we've like been thinking about like for a little bit of time.
And we've just put them off because we've just thought like,
and we thought even people wouldn't care, or people wouldn't like it, or wouldn't like us, or
and maybe people don't care, maybe people don't like it, but we're doing it.
No one's listening at this point, and everyone's gone. But if you're still there, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's as Beth. Oh, you got.
Yeah, go on.
As Beth said, you just got to do it for you and do what you love, and you're. As Beth said as well, an amazing person. Only you can just do what you love, basically, whatever that is, however form it takes.
Yeah.
Just block out the negative feelings you have. Just do what you love the best you can, and until you're happy with it. And then there are people out there that will like it as well.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
So,
I think that is all my questions.
That is all mine as well. So thank you for listening to the Indie Music Podcast by Alex and Beth, Alex Rainbird Music. Obviously, it wasn't completely about indie music, this one, but future episodes from now on, we're going to be interviewing different artists every couple of weeks. And also there's going to be some exclusive live performances as well.
Yeah.
That are going to be coming your way in the podcast very soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a blast on the first episode of the Indie Music Podcast. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias, just at alexrainbirdmusic.
I was also going to say, join our Discord server, because that's where we'll be announcing first who's going to be on the podcasts, and you can also ask artists questions on there, and we'll be asking the artists your questions in future episodes. So that's definitely the place to be, as well as all the usual social media platforms. But I think that's everything from us for today.
And to everyone watching on Patreon,
yes,
we hope you enjoy.
Waving at you again. Hi guys.
Thank you so much for all your support, everyone. This wouldn't have been possible without you.
Absolutely not.
Thanks so much, and we hope you enjoyed, and get ready for episode 2
coming soon. Thank you guys.
Bye everyone.
Have a great
Thanks.
day. Bye.